Now when you come to Microsoft Word, this perhaps you have written this document, right? You want to now change the font. This is all about your font settings. Your font setting, whatever things you want to do, you have to highlight your text first, and then you come to this man here. It's a bold, it's a bold. Then if you come to this I here, it's a italic, that's your italic. It will change the font to this size, to this bending style. Then you use this one to underline. So each time you see this arrow beside a spelling or an image, it means there are more function. Look at this B, it does not have the arrow. That means no other function. You can only bold it or you remove the bold. This one does not have the arrow, it means there is no other function. You can only put it in italic or you remove it from the italic, so by clicking it back. So but this one has more option. Aside from you giving it aside for you giving your text a kind of underline, you have more underline option here. You can see as I put my cursor on it, it moves. You can see this one is top line, this one is thick line, this one is vertical line, these ones are what are fading line, and this one is zigzag line, and so on and so forth. Alright, so you have more underline. If you click on it, it's going to take you to what you can customize the underline to your you have the strike through, you have the, you see how it's strike through, you have the small cap, and so on and so forth. So that is used to underline text. Alright, so we have what we call this striking as well. This one is what, this one is in form of base line. Base, you want to turn, and if you, it's going to turn into base. You can see that it becomes small to this. Maybe you want to write all this calculation of letter base s base 10, base 10, base whatever things you want to write. You use this one to write the base. For example, let me write one for you. Let's say 50, you know, base what, say base 10, say base 10. You understand that? So you click on it and you write the 10. Okay, so let me bring it out so that you can see it very well. Okay, so you can see now this is how it goes. Then this one is for square. You want to write a square word. So let's say you are trying to write, now remove it from base first. So let's say you are trying to write 2 pi r squared. Okay, let's just say 2 raised to power what, 2 raised to power 4. You can write like 2 raised to power what, raised to power 4. You see now, so it's written. Okay, so while these particular ones here, this is for what, for designing what, your text into this format. Let me shift down. I think I need to give it larger. Okay, so for example, you want to write let me say God. All right, so if you highlight it, you click, you select it, you can, if you come to this place, that's a writing style. It's going to give you what, some style. Look at, for this, for example, make your work more beautiful. You're having the same God in kind of writing style. So, and if you change the text, look at, you change the text and you apply it, you see what you're having here. So you can have something like this that gives it a kind of glass format. Okay, and so on and so forth. That's how, what that one is for, is to design your text. This one is for text designing. So design your text. You can have more from this particular what place. Okay, and if you know, this one is for the background of the text. You want to change the background of the text. Look at this. You have changed the background of the text, right? While this one is the text itself, you want to change the text color. You want to change the text color, you can change the text color. You have to highlight the text, right? You have to highlight the text. Then you can easily come here and do what? Change the text color in the beginning. Got. Alright, so and then this is for case maybe you want to change it to lowercase, higher case. This is meant for that. You have the sentence case, the lowercase, the uppercase, the capital, each word case, and so on and so forth. So that is what that is working for under the font. So you still have your font size here, your font size here. Remember, anything you want to change, you have to select it first, and then if you change the font size, you can see how it is. You can see how it look like. You can change the font size from that side. And why this particular one is to increase by 1, while this one is to decrease by 1. Normally your font size in this place end in 72, but it's not up to what you want. Just kindly use this one to increase by 1, increase by 1, increase by 1 until you are tired of or until you are satisfied. Rather, let's put it that way, until you are satisfied. So that is for your for your font settings. Your font is the letter of your writings. The letter of your writings is called the font. So you want to change the font size, you want to change the font color, you want to change the font background. This is your font size, this is your font size, this is your font size, this is your font color, this is your font background, this is your font style, and this is your font bold. You want to make it bold. This is your font bold, this is your font italic, this is your font underline, this is your font what? Cross line or strike. This is your font baseline, and this is a font square. You want to square it, you want to make it raised to power. That is exactly what you need to know about font settings. So anything you want to, anytime someone give you work and say this is the font I want, this is the font I want, or you collect the work, you want to collect the work, you need to ask them, especially when it comes to project or so other things. Even later, you need to ask them, what font do you want to use? So they will tell you, use font 14, use this. Okay, this is your font theme, your theme. So this some of them will say use font 14, use Algerian, use Time New Roman figure, use Calibri light or Calibri, or and so on and so forth, agency B, so and so on and so forth. Normally they use Calibri or Time New Roman figure to write project. Time New Roman figure, right, to write project. Okay, time 3 times. All right, they use this Times New Roman to write project, and normally they use font 14 and to write project. So that is for font for you. So we'll come to paragraph next time in the next video. Thank you for watching. Practice something for me. That is, you're going to practice fingering your fingers. You're going to practice what is called ASDF space. Then when you are on your right hand, you have what is called column LKJ space. Alright, AFGF space, That's what you'll be doing. That's what you'll be doing, and that is your what assignment.